Hi everybody, I am Jason, that is Brett. And on this episode of Brett's Brick Builds, I've got a newer creator kit for you. We've got kit number 31135, Vintage Motorcycle. And I believe, as with the other creator kits, they all are 3-in-1s. And we're going to continue our pattern of building first kit, second kit, third kit, depending on as we go through the kits. And we've got, I think, 4 or 5 of these, so 4 or 5, and about 15 builds out of 5 different kits. So got quite a few options to go through here. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and get it into this one, and we'll go ahead and we'll build what I would call the bobber first. So what do you say, Brett? Want to get started? All right. We'll do our usual. Open her up with the knife. You can open her up with your thumb. I like to use the knifing method. That way we can use the box for storage in between buildings. Just handier, I think. And even opening it with your thumb is acceptable. You know, you can get the box open usually easy enough, but just looking to speed things along. Sometimes the knife speeds things along, sometimes it doesn't. This is one of them ones where it looks like it's working against us, honestly. So, there we are. Of course, with the knife, you also get a lot of some dust there. Right off the bat, we got wheel and tire. We have, let's see, second 2 sets of instructions. Got another wheel and tire right there. And then we've got what we're going to be for what I would call the bobber build. Got that one here, so we'll set these 2 sets of instructions to the side. And go ahead and let's get our first bag opened up. That looks to be what I would call the technical pieces of the build. And then I'm thinking the second bag here is going to be more of the bigger pieces of the build here. And let's see what we have. Whole table just shifted. Don't know what happened there. She's stable again, no, so we'll go ahead and we will build on. Don't mean to get ahead of ourselves, but that looks to be the gas cap, the tank of the gas cap, which we're going to need later, so I'll set that there. We've got collar pieces. I'm thinking this is probably part of steering or something, just a guess on my part. What's that, Brett? Yeah, looks like it. I'm thinking that's the part of what would be the triple clamp or the triple tree on a real life motorcycle. Kind of looks like what we're doing here. These 2 going right next to each other. Pull the black pins. Suddenly hear like popping and stuff. I know I've talked about it a lot lately in the builds recently. But last few nights have been kind of quiet with the fireworks, and then last night it was like somebody remembered they had fireworks, and it was like a mini fireworks show again. And I don't know nothing against fireworks. I know Brett doesn't have anything against fireworks. But you know, you kind of kind of lose their specialty if you fire the things off every night. Oh boy. One of them things where maybe if you lived in an HOA it might help to stop it, but Brett and I don't roll that way, so we just deal with it. Let's see here. Now that we've built this far, I'm going to take back everything I said about thinking what we were building was the start of the steering assembly. This looks to be definitely more body pieces that we're looking at. Just about shaking that cold I had. It was just kind of one of them did not want to go away. But it's pretty much gone at this point. Oh, don't mean to be yawning on you. In fact, professional channel will probably edit that out, but as Brett and I like to show the bugs, the realism. As I say, we rarely, if ever, cut away from something if it's not going right, or if we got to backtrack and do something. So, what do we got here? This piece. And we have the black quartered stud piece, which is right here. So there we go. We got this. This is going to go in here, and then this piece is going to go there, and then that pin is going to pass all the way through, and we are going to set that there, I do believe. I think we've got these 2 times side pieces going on here. I think I've been stingy on showing you what's going on here. Gotta get myself, as I bump the camera, so I can see to know where you guys are seeing. That's what we got so far. I believe so far we haven't missed any steps. And now we've got what looks to be the gas tank portion of the build. Get all our pieces pulled here first before I go crazy slapping stuff together. Watched any, sometimes I've been known to get a little ahead of myself. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Gas tank lid, which also looks to be kind of a doubling up of the use of it. It looks to be the top of the soda can, whatnot. Here, going on there, and this is all going to go on to there. So there we've got that, the top of the gas tank, petrol tank, depending on what side of the pond you're on. Flipping over these two. This is a lot of technique pieces on this build. Being a creator build, a fair amount of technique pieces. We don't care, we'll build whatever. These boys on the bottom, this side, one of these, 1x2 with the hook out the side. here, kind of leveling out what's the bottom of our bike here. Yep. Oh, broke my record. I was doing well, I had to move that piece. Now we got it there. And then we have just a light gray 1x2 going here. So now we're kind of looking a little more motorcycle-like. And we will move on. So what's it telling us now? Flip her back over like this. And we have a 1x1 with the hook out the side. And on here, and then a dark gray 1x1 that's just going to go on under that. We have here two of these white studs going in the side, like there. Got those two in there now. Imagine that something's going to go onto that. That's the only reason you would put those kind of pieces. And there it is right there. Next step. It's going there. Flat piece here. And then we have, there it is. Piece there at the side. We have I don't know if that's an air cover or supposed to be like the side of the tank you can see from the side. Sometimes the Lego Technique motorcycles, they don't exactly follow the real physics or build reasoning of actual motorcycles. There, and then this piece goes there. So again, I don't know if we've got side cover coming off there or what we're looking at exactly, but not sure. All right, so we've got a wheel. Here, and then there's two here for the brake. Guess that's what we're trying to represent. And then the stud. So we will go I see what we're doing. This through here. This through the I don't know if it's going to be a sprocket or what they're using to show like a disc brake. Sprocket or disc brake on the other side. And then we've got this piece going here. And then that's going to go here. So there's our rear wheel assembly on there now. And we still haven't really gotten to the steering head yet, but that's where we're at now. The reason I was asking, talking to myself during that is, my experience with a motorcycle, you'd never have two rear brake discs on the rear wheel, because most of your stopping power on a motorcycle is your front wheel, which is kind of, I don't know how you would say, I think logic says your stopping is all the rear tire, but as soon as you do any kind of riding, you learn almost all your stopping is your front tire. That's why if you ever look at most motorcycles, if they do have a dual disc setup anywhere, it's going to be on the front wheel, because that's where your stopping power is at, or the majority of your stopping power is at. That's your motorcycle 101 lesson today. And that's one of them ones that people will argue with you about, but yep, it's definitely most of the motorcycle stopping power is on your front brakes. Handlebar set up here. Oh, got these two longer pieces are going to be, I guess, our sprocket, our fork tubes. Just trying to get them even. We've got two hook pieces. Honestly, Lego would have been a little easier to put on the step before putting the fork tubes on, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Get on in there. There we go. Now I just gotta spin these when we get it to assembly time, or full on assembly time. So there we are there. Progressing nicely. T-type piece. Help line everything up, and it did. And we've got our two bottom clamp pieces of the front assembly. Shoot these up there. Set that there while we do a sub-assembly for the sub-assembly, which is the headlight piece. It's going to be the headlight piece. There. Oh, I see now. No, I actually don't. I put that going the wrong way. Yeah, I kind of flipped it over that way. All right, that makes sense. I was gonna say, if not, you got your headlight shining on your motor, which is rather useless to you. This guy here's gonna tie these two together. And they're going to go on over the fork tubes. Then we're going to put two more of these guys on. And then these other last two collary kind of guys. There we are. Front headlight. We'll get that all adjusted when we get her together here. At least I'm assuming we will. Front tire, axle, these two pieces, and I guess these are representing the front brake rotors. That's going outward through the front wheel, outward, and then that's going to go on the bottom to make the front fork tube and wheel assembly. So there we're looking better now. Also experiment with a slightly different camera angle, so it doesn't seem like it's quite showing up right. We'll get her fixed on our next one. So apologies if it's not quite where it should be. Let's see here. I know, Brett, I'm struggling a little bit. There, that's in. That's in now. And this is going to go on there. There we've got much more of a motorcycle shape for you. Point that headlight downward so it's shining on the street, not the sky. But there we are. exhaust pipe here, which looks to be slightly involved. These out the front. Needly almost kind of guys. Two of these going here. Exhaust out. Side, so we're up there with our exhaust pipe. So far so good. It's here. Top. Spaghetti piece here. And this technique part, and I see how this is going. There and that in there. Got our seat slash bag. These. Two of these, which look really similar, but are not. They are different. And then these two pieces here. So these are going out the side. These go across the back toward each other. Piece going, whoops, that piece going there. This piece going here. So everything is lined up. And this piece here for the top of the seat. There it is. Now it looks like we got a kickstand on this side. Can lean her over on. Got that deep lean one of the bobbers had. Called them bobbers because when World War II guys got back, they took, and motorcycles were super cheap. I mean, there were so many Harleys and Indians from military service. I mean, they were dirt cheap, so these guys would buy these leftover military bikes, chop the fenders down on them, you know, or bobbed the fenders off, and that's where the term came from. But overall, pretty good looking little, like I said, I haven't done a lot of these creator builds, but this one's not too bad. Kickstand up, she will by default fall to the what do you call it, the exhaust side, just for weight, but kickstand down, she's pretty good. It's got the steering, got the, I guess we could be generous and say sprocket and rear brake disc. Seat, kind of the saddle seat type. A lot of the suspension is on that. A lot of the bobbers were what they called hardtail and didn't actually have rear suspension. Your only suspension was on the seat itself, which I never rode one, but I would imagine would be a little rough on the tuchus. But yeah, overall, not too bad of a little build. Got any thoughts, Brett? Yeah, them bobbers, they could be, if you're riding a hardtail, that'd be pretty hard on your kidneys, I do believe. But in the meantime, I want to thank you for stopping by. I am Jason. That is Brett. And if you like the channel, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button for us. Help out the algorithm. Get us some more hours and views, and slowly we can put more back into the channel here on our end. But overall, fun build. I want to thank you for stopping by, and we will see you next time. Bye.